Hello, and welcome to the next episode of the Spirit and Soul Podcast. I am your host, Tiffany Cohen, and today we are talking about an extremely important topic and something that, quite frankly, I base my life's work around and my own internal work, and that is energy, and specifically energy healing. Energy healing has really been something for my own life that has been a true journey. And it started when I was very young and has continued and grown and really changed the energy of my body. It has changed how I show up in the world and what I know to be extremely important and how I continue that every day of my life. So I think it's extremely important to talk about with you, because if you're not doing energy healings or if you're only getting them once a year, I'm going to strongly suggest, and I think by the end of this recording, you are going to see why it is so important for you to start on your energy healing journey. So let's get right in. Well, what is it? What am I talking about here? So let's dive into it. So we are made up of energy, right? We talk about this probably in every episode. We are made up of energy. Everything around us is made up of energy. And if we can truly wrap our minds around that, we can understand that how things like emotions get caught in the body and how they get trapped in the body. And we can understand how that's a problem, right? Because you don't want anything trapped anywhere. Like, think about it in general in life, right? Like, if something is trapped somewhere, when we describe something as trapped, it's not a good thing, right? It's like caged in and unmoving. You can't move. Well, think about that when it comes to your body. Think about that when it comes to the energy of your body, and how if you have trapped energy, how that can actually be a detriment to your overall energy, right? So if you think about it as a full system of energy, you think about, not just your physical body, which is also energy, but also, I think at this point, we can understand that we have an energy field, right? You may have heard of it as like an auric field, and there's many different layers to this field, and they all basically come into your body. Okay, so like if you can picture it like 6 feet out, I want you to understand that like your energy field goes 6 feet out. So if we start to really understand that there's different layers, that each layer corresponds to a different avenue of your energy field. So let's say you have your soul level, right? Your spiritual level. You have your emotional layer, all right? And then you have the body layer, and there's other layers in between. But we have energy that can get stuck in all these different layers, not just within the physical body, okay? So if we know this, if we know that we are made up of energy, then we can understand how we need to move that trapped energy. We need to help it, because what we want to do is have a clear energetic field. When we feel clear, we feel lighter, right? We actually describe our energy, and we consistently use words that describe our energy. Like, I feel so much lighter. I feel such a release, right? Like, you're actually describing the energy and what's going on in your body without even realizing it. So that is now where what I'm going to label as healers step in. Now, I want to make this extremely, extremely clear. Any healer that you encounter is not healing you. Okay, so I really want to make this very, very clear. The person that is facilitating your healing is not healing you. They are holding space for you to do your own healing. Only you can heal you. Only you can understand that you can heal. And the more you believe that you can heal, the easier your healing process will be. But if you cannot hold space for your own healing, then the person that's facilitating the healing is not going to be able to help you either. You have to truly believe that you can be healed, that you are already healed. And it's really important to understand that. Now, why? Why am I saying you're already healed? Well, energetic healing in general, it's not linear, meaning that there's no rhyme or reason to the timing of it. So if you believe in different timelines the way that I do, and that each decision, everything really puts you, every decision, every action puts you on a different timeline, maybe a higher vibration timeline, it might be a lower vibration timeline. We can understand that we're jumping in and out of these timelines. And in reality, time doesn't exist. Time is a man-made construct. So if we know that, then we know that if time is a man-made thing or a human-made thing, let's say, that we can heal energy. Energy just keeps moving. So we can heal backwards. We can heal back in time. We can heal other lifetimes. We can heal past lifetimes. We can heal forward. We can heal generations forward doing the work that we do. So when we say like, I want to heal because I want to do that for my children, you're actually doing that. Like you're actually doing that. You are healing your children. 7 generations back, 7 generations forward. That's how it works. Okay. So, and now when I say healing, when I say we can heal backwards, it doesn't mean that we erase the things that happen. But what happens is we begin to lighten the energy or the feelings around what happened so that you're not carrying it around in your body and in your mind so tightly, right? Like you're not hanging on to it tightly and thinking about it all the time or keeping it stuck in the body so that you can't move forward. What we're doing is lightening the energy. So it's almost like this release of the charge that was around the thing that happened. So maybe you had a childhood that was, maybe you had something happen to you, a trauma. Maybe your childhood was maybe it was like very turbulent, right? Maybe you moved from place to place to place, or you didn't know where your next meal was going to come from. And while those things can't be taken away, they're part of your journey, they're part of who you are. And as unfortunate and non-preferred as they are, we have to understand that, you know, again, we're going to lift to the soul perspective. And why did we choose this lifetime? Why did your soul choose to incarnate in your body? Why did your soul choose to be here in this moment? And what was it, the lessons that you meant to learn in this lifetime? And you chose these things. So how can we start to understand and heal from them so that you never have to repeat this type of thing again in any other lifetime, or in a loop in some different ways, even in this current lifetime. So really elevating that perspective, and I talk about this a lot, is really important because it's not about the ego and what the ego is going through. And while we do, please understand this, while we do have to work through the emotions and we have to work through all of the things that come along with it, it doesn't mean that we have to hang on to it for our entire life. How can we learn from it? How can we grow from it? How can we release it and get that energy out of the body? And this is where energy healing can help to play a role. I believe that soul coaching, energy healing, basically everything that we do at Spirit and Soul, honestly, is for this particular purpose. It's for you on your journey to heal and to grow and step into that next level version of you, that best, highest and best version of you that is your highest self. Like your highest self already achieved the things that you either want to achieve are on your heart. They feel lighter. They've transcended their traumas, right? So that is available to you. That is what you're actually meant to do. So if you can start to understand that, then you can start to see how really doing the work and doing the healing work plays a major role in how you get to that next level version of you. And even if it's just a little step a day, right? Baby steps a day, you're on your way there. So energy healing comes in to help you to move that energy, to unblock some of the energy within the body. And there are many different modalities that are energy healing based. One that you probably know and have heard of is Reiki. So Reiki is universal life force energy. I am a Reiki master, and we have at the shop almost all of our practitioners are Reiki certified in some way. And all incredible healers. All will hold space for you for your healing incredibly. So Reiki is using either hands off or just light touches hands on. And it allows you the facilitator to channel the energy from source, from divine masters, and it allows you to be the vessel for the energy to flow to and through. So the energy flows to and through you as the facilitator and into the person that is receiving the healing. Okay? So that's how it works. So the energy is flowing through the facilitator and out through their hands and into your energy field. So Reiki is this beautiful, beautiful energy. It is, I use it every single day, whether it's on myself, my children, protecting my home, like any of these things. I'm consistently using Reiki, charging my water, charging my food. I tap into this energy all the time. And what it is I want you to think of like a radio dial. So you tune a radio dial, like when you it's called attuned to Reiki. When you get attuned, you turn the radio dial to the Reiki radio station through different symbols. And those symbols have to be placed in you as the facilitator and in your energetic field by a Reiki master teacher. I'm a Reiki master teacher. Gabby's a Reiki master teacher. Gabby is the one that is doing all of the Reiki attunements at Spirit and Soul, both in person and virtually. We do them quite frequently because we need as many people to hold space for other people as possible. We need as many healers in this world as possible, okay? And we know that. So the people that come to us, they're feeling drawn to being and receiving Reiki and being a Reiki practitioner. And there's no honestly better gift than for me to see everybody sitting and receiving this attunement so that they can go out into the world and help others on their healing journey. So we're definitely blessed in this way. And so Reiki is this energy that truly transcends time and space. It is intelligent, okay? It goes where it needs to go. You, as a practitioner, are led to where the person needs it the most. And that energy transcends time and space. So you can use that energy to help heal backwards and to lighten the energy. And I'll give you an example. I was working with one of my clients, and we did a Reiki. We sent Reiki backwards, and we did it using a crystal grid and a picture of her when she was younger. And in doing so, in sending it backwards, I had asked her a couple weeks later, I'm like, listen, how are you? How's everything going? And she goes, I just started to realize that the uptightness, because it was healing backwards for family things. And she said, in doing that healing work, I'm finding that the energy with my family is not as charged. Like it's not as like, it's lighter, and it's not as like, what was the word that she used? Like it wasn't like heavy anymore. It was lighter. Everybody was laughing a little bit more. The grudges that maybe were being held started to lighten. And it was almost like you didn't remember. It's like you know that these things happened, but you didn't remember them with such anger or frustration as you did in the past. It's like, all right, whatever will be, will be. So the energy of the entire family unit was actually really being lightened. That's incredible. Like now, like she doesn't have to, does she still have to do healing work around it? Of course. But you don't have to carry the weight of it around anymore. And the whole family doesn't have to carry the weight of it, but they got to do the work. So that's how Reiki works. And again, there's so many different modalities. There's IET, which is integrated energy therapy. I'm an IET practitioner. So this is healing using angelic energies. And it's transformational. This is a deep trauma work. There's something, you may have seen it on the Goop Lab, that it's moving energy through the body. I believe he calls it spinal network. There's spinal energetics, and that is moving through the energy. It's like a somatic type of healing, and it's moving the energy through the spine. Also another incredible practice that's not here yet. Hint, hint. You don't really see it in New York right now. It's something that a lot of celebrities are doing out in California, really, really based in like Australia. But yeah, that's another incredible style of healing, deep trauma work to remove it from the energetic field. There's so many other different healing modalities. I'm a crystal energy therapist. I use crystals. There's sound, right? There are so many different things that correlate with healing the energies within the body. So you, as the person receiving these healings, really have to understand that you are the only person that can maneuver through your healing journey. Everybody can tell you what they think you need, but only you can know in your soul what you actually do need. Okay? So maybe for you, Reiki's not for you. That's okay. And I want to just make a disclaimer here. If anybody ever tells you to remove your clothing during Reiki, get out of there. Okay? So I'm just going to say that very clearly. All of these modalities, everything is all clothing on, okay? Massage, anything like that, that is body work. Yes, you will have to undress for those types of things. But energy work, you do not need to undress. So I just want to make a little disclaimer there. Never, ever undress for somebody for any type of like energy healing like that. Just walk out immediately, okay? Those people are not in integrity. And unfortunately, like with any anywhere you go and any type of subject, any type of industry, there are people that are not in integrity. So I just want to say that, and you're going to find that, and they're going to find that in different places. Listen to yourself. If you feel uncomfortable, you go. Okay? We are in integrity at Spirit and Soul, and nothing like that ever happens in our space. So I just want you to know that, just to keep you safe. But anyway, so on your journey, you're going to encounter, and I suggest for you to try all different modalities. My goodness, I have tried so many modalities of healing in my lifetime so far, and I will continue to try them. Try them. See how they work for you. See how they feel for you. And if they feel good for you, continue to do them. If they're working for you, if the energy is moving, continue to do it, because that's obviously what you need. And if there comes a time where you feel like, you know what, I'm good for now, then you stop. Okay? You have to listen to you and what feels good for you. So, highly suggest trying something. And I always say, I like to think that a gateway is Reiki. I think that Reiki is just such a beautiful energy, and it's light. You will experience a lot. and I'm going to talk about experiences in a moment. You're going to experience a lot of things. You may, feel hot and cold, and lots of things start to come up, and you may want to cry, right? And all these things. And that's part of the journey, right? But it's not so, I don't want to say deep, because it is deep, right? It's just a different experience, and I find it to be a little bit lighter. Okay, I'm just going to say it in that way. But when you receive a healing, what could you possibly feel in your body? You're definitely going to feel some things start to shift. You may feel that things in your body, you may feel hot, or you may feel really, really cold. You might feel tingly. You might feel numb, right? You kind of go into a meditative state when you're doing these things, and the mind may wander, and you're going to see memories or feel memories that don't feel good to you, or maybe they do feel great for you, right? And it's all part of the journey. If something is coming up, it wants you to focus on it for a moment so that you can release it. Or maybe, just maybe, you can see it in a different way. Okay, so maybe you can start to shift and start to see it from the soul perspective and not from the egoic perspective, or it's time to forgive, and it's time to surrender, right? It's time to let go. So you may have these things that come up, and focus on them for a moment and then release them. Tell yourself that it's time to release. And so you may feel that in the body. You may feel like you want to cry. Cry, please. Please do not hold it back. Your tears are the healing waters of the planet, okay? They're the healing waters of you. So cry, let it go. It does not take away from your experience. Even sound, even things going on in the background doesn't take away from your experience. This isn't like a massage, right? I always say this because I think that, when people come in to Spirit and Soul, and they're like, okay, well, what brought you in for a healing today? And they're like, oh, I just wanted to relax. You're coming to the wrong person because that's not my type of healing. I go deeper. It's not relaxing. Maybe it is. Maybe you do feel relaxed at the end of it because you feel lighter, but that's not my objective. I feel like with a massage, the objective is to relax the body, right? And to work through tension in the body. For healings, that's not what it's for. So please understand that if you're like, oh, it's a spa day, that's not what it's about. This is about your healing journey and what you're ready to release. So I want you to cry. I want you to, if you feel like a lot of times people will cough, right? They're coughing or burping. That's energy moving. Let it flow. Let it go, okay? You're meant to cry. You're meant to release. You're meant to move those things. I've had people's whole bodies move and stuff during it. You have to let yourself do that, because that's what your body needs in that moment. So you may feel that you may feel some body things going on in your healing. A lot of times too, as the practitioner, I will receive past life information. So I'll see past lives for you. I'll see what comes up, and that has a direct relationship to whatever you're needing to heal now. So it's like it's healing it again across time, across space. So it's releasing all of those different things. So that's a really powerful way to start a healing journey as well, because if you don't know what past life is correlating to this one, you can start to understand a little bit more, like where things may not have made sense. Like maybe you have a fear of abandonment, but you've never been abandoned ever in your life before. Right? They've never been left any time in your life. So you're like, why do I have this abandonment feeling? Like, why am I afraid of this? Oh, because in a past life you were abandoned, and your soul has carried that forward. Your soul never healed from it. So the more work we can do now to let go of it, you won't feel it in this life anymore, and hopefully not in future lives as well. You don't have to release it anymore. You've already released it. You don't have to release it again and again and again. So that's a powerful way to heal also. Yeah, so you can feel all these different things. I've had people feel like they were like levitating off the bed. I've had people just completely be gone, like in the cosmos. And then I'm calling them back. And I've had someone that was like, okay, come on, you got to come back now. And then she came back and she was like, I had the most transcendental experience of my life just now. So you never know what you're going to get. Every single healing is different. Every practitioner is different. And it's a really beautiful way to start to go on your journey. Try out different practitioners. We have a ton at Spirit and Soul. Everybody does it differently, and each one is incredible. And then one last thing is how to prepare for a healing, because I truly believe that there is importance around how you're preparing for it. What I'm going to say is go in without any expectation, okay? You may feel like you want to let something go, or that you have something. It's just like in a reading too. You may feel like you have something to release, that you have something that you want to let go of, but maybe you haven't gone through all the things that you need to go through in that moment, but you have other things that you have to let go of first in order to let go of what's happening now, right? It's not, I want you to surrender here. This is the biggest key is, well, one of the biggest keys is surrender. Surrendering expectations, surrendering your energy, surrendering yourself, surrendering your mind to whatever it is that needs to be healed that day. Really important to understand that. Surrender yourself during a healing. I get healings all the time. During a healing, I will say to myself, I surrender. I'm saying it to the universe, actually. Like, I surrender to whatever needs to be healed today. I surrender my body. I surrender my energy to what needs to be healed today. And in doing so, I'm giving permission basically to the universe. I'm giving that permission to say, please do what you need to do. I'm giving permission to the angels and cosmic beings and the practitioner themselves. And I'm saying it's okay for you to work with my energy field. A lot of times as a practitioner, I will find that someone that's very guarded, their energy, I have to like coax. I'm not saying it out loud. I'm speaking to their energy, but I'm saying it's okay. I'm safe. It's okay to let me in. So if you go into it with this deep surrender attitude, it's going to be a lot easier for the practitioner to do what they need to do. So surrender is going to be a beautiful, big key here. And again, no expectations. And then there's belief. I want you to sit for a moment and just believe. Believe that you are already healed, that healing is possible for you. Okay? As you do that, you start to connect on a quantum level. If you truly believe it in your heart and soul, you start to connect on a quantum level to the energies in that field, and what needs to be healed will be healed. What is stuck and in the way of your healing, let's say it could be a physical ailment, it could be an emotional thing going on. Whatever it is, you're telling those quantum energies, you're telling energies that it's okay, that I'm ready and I believe in it, and I'm giving myself over to it because my belief is so strong that I know that it's already happening, that it already has happened. So when you come from that place, it really makes a difference and a shift in your healing. Okay? And I know some things are big. I know that. I know that you may be dealing with lots of big things. But when you start to shift the mindset into nothing is impossible, that all things are possible, that I am limitless, my healing is limitless, you will start to see a shift in your healing capabilities. It's incredible. So those are going to be my biggest things for you to prepare for a healing, okay? Surrender, believe, and just have no expectations going in, okay? My goodness. So I am very passionate about healing. As you can see, I truly think that it is such a deep part of our journey, not only to understand and understand the things that we're going through and to surrender to them and to accept the things and to work through it maybe with coaching, but also a part of that is the moving of the energy within the body, because you can accept it, but the things are still stuck. So this is where that energetic healing will come in and start to help you move the things within your body. So I'm going to say it again. At Spirit and Soul Studio, we have a ton of incredible healers that work both in person and virtually with you. If you've never received a healing before, check out our website, spiritandsoulstudio.com, and go to services and see who you're drawn to. Okay? I want you to see who you're drawn to. You can work with me. You can work with Gabby, Jenna, Frank. I mean, we have so many, and I'm leaving people out, but we have so many incredible, incredible healers that can help you on your journey. And I'm telling you, it will begin to shift the energy and how you feel every day. If you want to feel free, if you want to feel light, this is one of the ways to start to do that, and it's working with your energy. So I hope to see you at Spirit and Soul. I hope to see you signed up for some healings, even if it's a mini healing. If you just want to try that, we do little 15-minute sound healings. If you just want to try that as a little gateway, start there. But start somewhere, okay? And be led not by your mind, but be led by your heart and soul as to what you need, because your soul already knows the way, okay? All right. Thank you so much for joining me on this episode of the Spirit and Soul podcast. Guys, listen, do me a favor. Leave us a review. It really helps us. So leave us a review on Spotify, on Apple. Tell everybody why you love this podcast. I would really appreciate it. All right. Until the next episode, love you. Bye.